the industrial area there. It's good stuff.
I just got it because it's super cheap and affordable. So.
That's exactly it, man. It's going to be like the new Canadian PBR before PBR got super expensive.
PBR is expensive now?
Wow, compared to what it used to be. I guess what isn't.
Huh. Well, how cheap was it before?
Oh, I don't know. I feel like I'm an old man being like, a nickel was a Coke and a movie was 10 cents.
Okay, but
I don't know.
No, but like, what was like a cheap beer that was ridiculously cheap? And it did the job, but everyone hated to drink it.
PBR. I mean, PBR.
I like PBR. Though.
I know.
Like, it's not.
I mean, it does its thing. Like you said, it's not trying to be anything it's not. But then everybody realized, oh, wait a minute, this cheap beer is actually pretty tasty. So then,
we're recording, by the way, now.
Oh, okay.
I just kind of let you keep going.
Yeah, I mean, and then it just, I don't know, it became hippie and hipster and trendish, and now it's more expensive. So
okay,
yeah.
Okay, yeah, dude. So tell me about your 1,000-pound challenge. Kyle's Instagram will be in the notes again there. And right now, Kyle's did this 1,000-pound challenge. So it's a bench press, deadlift, and squatting. And you have to reach a total weight of 1,000 pounds with all three moves, like combined, 1 rep each. Like he literally just off the couch attempted this. Like I don't even know.
Yeah.
First of all, like what made you want to do that? And then
stupid challenge. Like I saw it on TikTok, and it was just like the 1,000-pound club challenge, and I was like, challenge, you say? And yeah, it's like you said, it's 3 moves. 1 rep each. This is why it was appealing to me. I was like, I'm not doing a triathlon. I'm not doing an Ironman, but it was like, just got to do it once. All right, I'm in.
Yeah.
And it's bench press, deadlift, and squats. So I said, all right, I need to get to the gym anyway. I haven't been in years. The last time I even texted you, I was just like, hey, Shawn, I just saw this thing online about the 1,000-pound club. What was I lifting like 5 years ago or whatever?
Well, what was funny too is hold on, like you messaged me saying you were going to do it. And then I kind of advised against it because I was like, dude, like you need to warm up and work your way into it. Cause you might like tear a shoulder if you're just benching like right off the couch. But then what was funny is you end up doing it anyway. And then you posted it on your Instagram. So it's on Kyle's Instagram video and it's hilarious. You like edited it with this, just like, I was like crying, laughing with the commentary. Cause you're like, all right, so I'm about to begin this hardcore exercise with absolutely no warm up again.
Yeah.
And he just went right into each move. And then what'd you say in the one? You're like, usually there's chalk belts. And I happen to still have my shoes undone.
Oh,
and,
man.
Like, so sunglasses are still like hanging off your hoodie.
It's so funny. Like I posted that. It's a good time. I posted that today. And like I've had a lot of response to it. Like I don't even know how these Instagram influencers could fucking deal with it. There's so many questions. They were like, hey, did you hurt yourself? How did you feel afterwards? Like, is this real? Was it really off the couch? And I'm like, oh yeah, it was. Oh yeah, it was. Like, if you look at the video, you can see I literally everything's like not staged. It's just documenting what happened.
Yeah.
So like even grabbing the keys off the counter, that was an afterthought because I literally walked out the door and then I was like, fuck, I don't have my keys. And then I was like, oh, I should add that to the video. Mm-hmm. And so, when I got to the gym, I'm not exaggerating. I did 0 workout. Like some people stretch or do cardio.
You went right from your car right to the bench.
Yeah, I literally scanned into the gym and I walked to the bench because I was just like, well, I feel more confident about bench than I do squat. So I was like, all right, right to the bench. The only warm up I did was getting the weights off the rack and putting them on the actual barbell. Mm. And then what was funny about that is, so I put on 225, and then I rep that, and then for the next ones,
very nice, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah. I was shocked myself, but then,
I wasn't.
But then when I put it up to 295, I made sure that I did not use any kind of locks. Right?
Yeah. I noticed that.
Yeah, because I was like, you're being an idiot, so be a smart idiot, right? So I made sure I didn't have those locked, and you'll see the video. Spoiler alert: I don't do it, but. I literally I get pinned. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, I can see it. I'm like, okay, I might be able to push one up. No. So then I realized
you did the right thing because when you're pinned like that, you like your shoulders are lifting off your sternum and it's at a bad angle. You like that's how people tear their shoulders. So like because normally you're stable like this, right? And then the bench comes down to your nipple, so your elbows can retract in.
Gotcha.
But like the way when you're like this, it's like the shoulders like being like forced forward, right? So yeah, definitely bail on that when you're there. But the way you bailed was like out of the move was funny because you just tipped to one side and let all the weights fall on the floor, and then like you tipped to the other end. And I was like, it's a fun way of doing it. Like it definitely drew a lot of attention.
What's the other way to do it? Like,
you just roll it down like this, like down to your like hips.
Okay.
And then you can sit up, and then you just kind of like shimmy out. Yeah, just like roll it down to your hips area and then just sit up. Yeah,
I should have done a little bit of research.
At least that one, like if no one was looking, then they didn't see you like like dunk the weights left and right.
I mean, obviously, I am not opposed to getting laughed at. I mean, I posted the video myself. It's not like the paparazzi did that. I love it. It's just totally brutally honest. Where it's just like, come with me. Let's see how fucking stupid I really am. And it shows. It's quite very. It's not really a showcase of like that guy's awesome. It's like, wow, what is he thinking? And I was like, I don't know. Sometimes either.
Do they submit like how does that video like end up on like how can it end up on like those epic fail things? Or do people just find these?
Oh man, I have no idea. Like you're talking about like going viral or something.
Well, because
how it gains popularity and stuff.
I just mean like on my Instagram feed sometimes will show like epic fails in the gym, and it's stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but it's also stuff like someone running on the treadmill and then like the treadmill's going too fast and they hit their face on the treadmill, or like or some guys like going for the same super move you're going for with squat, but But the one I saw the other day, he accidentally knocks the braces over, the thing you're supposed to rack on the weight. And he's like, and he does the same thing. He just like lets it go and his weights just fly everywhere. And that guy also didn't use a clip for some reason.
Well, because he's got to bail on the weights. That's what I mean. I guess that's not the way to do it.
But if you have like 300 pounds on this side, 300 pounds on this side, if you as it slips off on the one side, aren't you going you're going to springboard over the other side? Like
Shawn, I swear to God, if you keep bringing logic into this video that I made, it's not going to work out because I didn't bring any logic to the gym and this neither. So, I mean, obviously if I thought about all these aspects, it would have worked out. But I mean, I literally in the first thing I do in the workout, I load up all the plates and then I go to bench. And then I realized my fucking sunglasses are still clipped on my hoodie. So I was like, fuck, well, this looks dumb. So you can see me throw them under the bench because I just showed up.
I didn't see that.
Showed up. And then when I'm doing deadlifts, I still have my sunglasses clipped onto my hoodie.
Yeah.
And my shoes aren't even tied.
Literally, it looks like you rolled like,
it
looked like you were driving by the gym and then you're like, fuck, I better get my workout in. And then just walk car right to bench.
Yeah, it's exactly it. It's 100%. Yeah. And like I realized afterwards, I was like, oh man, I need like straps because that would have helped me lift way more weight for the deadlift. That would have made up for my brutal squats. Brutal.
Yeah. Well, either way, your numbers off the couch are still pretty sweet compared to like most people, because like. So you did 3 wheels on each end for the deadlift, and I like that's my 1 rep max right now. But I weigh like 165, But so that's still solid numbers. Like your baseline is still what a lot of people like work years and years to try to like get close to.
See, that's the opposite of what I don't want it to be like that. Sorry. Like I don't want it to be like discrediting people from like working at getting these goals. I don't want it to be discouraging to be like, here's what I can do off the couch, like some fucking cocky dickhead. Like that's not what I'm doing it for. I just wanted to literally challenge myself and be like I think actually it's more or less like here's where I started from. Like you guys, like now everybody will see this is like when I got my gym membership. This is what I attempted to do. And then once I actually start going more regularly, it'll be like, hey, look at the progression. Like that's cool.
Yeah.
Work towards it,
Yeah. But like what I'm trying to say is with Thor when he got fat in the Infinity movies, he got out of shape. Like you want to know that Thor can still kick some ass even though he's out of shape, right?
Right.
So and my thing was like, okay, this is him off the couch, but he's still off the couch. 3 wheels on a deadlift, 225 bench. Yeah. Your squat was how many plates?
I'd rather not talk about it. That's my weakest by far. And I was on a Smith machine. So
okay, but how the 1,000-pound club? Like you got 890 or something, right?
8 something, I forget.
8 something, okay.
Yeah, it was close to it, but I mean, like that's why I was like, fuck, if I had some straps or like chalk or something for grips on deadlifts, I could probably get there.
Yeah, man.
Maybe like stretch or do an exercise before, maybe.
So like,
would that help?
Yeah, it should. I mean, it depends on how tight you are. like your muscles and stuff. But dude, this is the interesting thing. Like, you don't have to improve necessarily all your numbers, because like the deadlift one,
Yeah.
like I bet you can rack that up to 4 plates, like the
Yeah,
most,
yeah.
because the deadlift's like the all body super move, right?
Yeah.
So like that one, you can probably tack on 2 more wheels.
Mhm.
So that's 90 pounds. So if you're at 870, now you're
Okay.
960.
There it
So then
is.
you only got to increase your bench by another 20,
I can
like
do
20
that.
pounds.
Oh, yeah.
Then you don't have to worry about increasing that squat or whatever,
Beauty.
but, or whatever. Like, people play to their strengths, right? But your deadlift is obviously your strength, because off the couch, 3 wheels is like, that's fucking awesome, man.
Okay.
You know
all
what I
right.
mean? So
Maybe, I don't know how exclusive this membership is, but not the gym one. Obviously,
Oh.
anybody could just buy that. I mean, the 1,000-pound one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That one I got in.
I would imagine is exclusive. Most people can't
yeah.
pull that. That's
sweet.
1,000 pounds. You're like lifting an elephant all
No,
in.
I mean like the 1,000-pound club. Yeah. To
Yeah,
get
that's what
into
I'm
that
saying.
club, push, pull, and I guess lift, squat. Anyway, this isn't a gym podcast, is it?
Oh, I don't know. We talk about whatever, man.
That's true. And honestly, it's funny because I just posted that video and it's been getting a lot of attention, and it's been quite hilarious, the response.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's been refreshing because people, like, obviously everyone wants to post their wins and stuff, but sometimes it's just hilarious to see the process before they got there. Right?
Oh no, that video is awesome, man. I can't wait to watch the progression, because I know it will go fast. Sweet. I was about to be like, where is this beer?
Yeah,
there they are.
Pretty dialed in.
Mm-hmm.
How's your week been?
Busy, man.
Yeah. What's going on with the bar? What's new? What's changed since I was here last? I don't even know when I was here last. 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago? What month is it? Boy, what month is it?
It's got to be 3 weeks ago or something. No, we're constructing now. So that's going. I think the electrical panels are being put in soon here, and then that will be approved by the landlord, and then permits are coming in as well. And yeah, Cass and I sent our logo off to a sign company. Yeah, that's just the first one. I mean, we can always change it, right? But yeah, we just got to make sure the letters all coordinate with what the building allows, because they have strict criteria. Because you can't just have a sign that, you know, the words are so huge that they overshadow the actual condo building.
Where they're like, what building is that called? Oh, that's the Kaks building.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're gonna be, hey, wait a minute. Yeah,
that
exactly.
would be cool though if they're like, oh yeah, Kaks Tower. I know a guy who lives there.
Yeah. Well, they gave us fobs now too, so like we have access to the building. So I don't know. I kind of live there now, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's called squatting. But
yeah.
Not really.
Yeah.
You'd get away with it, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, busy times, man. Like last week, I didn't get a podcast off because I just did not have time. But I'm gonna keep making time.
Yeah, for sure.
For it. But thanks for coming on. I mean, you're like I threw up the bad signal because my other guests canceled. So and then I ended up having to cancel on you the other day. But now we're here, and yeah.
Oh, good, man. Yeah, happy to do it.
Yeah. Hey, so you sold 2 houses this week too, right? Or not this week?
Yes,
but
on what it was Thanksgiving weekend. Actually, it was crazy on Monday.
Sweet.
Yeah, on Monday. Yeah, it was 3 sales in one day. It was
so do you officially
awesome.
Get to wear the red blazer now, or like is that how they like in golf you get the green jacket?
Yeah,
like,
speaking of,
like you made your first sale, like here's your red blazer. And you're like, yes.
Well, speaking of that, again, there was another post. It was a busy day, so one of the home inspection places, they always say, hey, thanks to these top realtors for all their business. And I was in the top 10. No big deal.
Sweet.
But yeah, that was pretty funny that you brought you get to wear the blazer.
I don't know. Is there a prize?
Jim here has done 3 this quarter.
Yeah.
They're I mean, the prize is obviously I make more money, but that's what I'm in it for. But it's sweet. I got to help people, and it was like over the Thanksgiving weekend. So lots to be thankful for there. That was great.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. We'll keep that momentum going, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. Absolutely. It's been a ride. Every single transaction I've been like, oh, good to know. Oh, I learned that. Oh, okay, that's different. Didn't know that. So it's great. Like, it's just building and building and building. So
sweet.
Yeah.
Very good. How's Jackie? How's her pregnancy coming along?
She's good. Yeah, things are rolling. Not because she's round, but things are coming along. Yeah, it's good. We've been doing a lot of I guess researching, not shopping, but researching for strollers and car seats and car seat adapters and car seats that fit into strollers and shit.
Nice.
It's a nightmare to it's
What a difference, man. Like a year ago, we're all just partying all the time, and now a year
Yeah.
later, you're like shopping for strollers and stuff. Like,
yeah,
and
that's
whatnot.
true. That is
What
true.
a contrast.
Although it hasn't really changed that much. That's just what I'm talking about now.
Yeah,
like
like
the
we're drinking beer right now. Like,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
still partying. I guess.
last weekend I was pretty banged up for a friend's birthday party. So
Yeah, well, you were after the Flames game too when I bumped into you.
Oh, that was another time I was pretty banged up.
Yeah.
Our buddy Pete hooked us up with seats. Like,
Yeah, man. Yeah. Where were they again? Fourth row.
Fourth row, and like the president's seats or whatever the hell they're called, club seats.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was next level. It was great.
Yeah, I never sat that close to a hockey game, but I can only imagine they move fucking fast. Like, when you're that close.
Yeah,
because even the nosebleeds, it kind of looks like you're watching it on TV. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then you're closer you get, it's just like you kind of like realize what's going on here.
Oh.
These guys are like flying around like with knives on their feet.
Yeah, it's so fast.
Oh,
it's
God.
so fast. But also, it's like there's
Ugh.
burped right into the mic.
So do I.
There's pros and cons. Like when that play is right there, it's amazing. It's so cool. Like you can't replicate that on TV. It's so sweet. But like I found myself when it would be in the other end, and I'd have to like look through the penalty box, and I'm like, oh, it's like looking through a fucking funhouse mirror. Like everything's distorted and all weird, and yeah, it just wasn't as good of an experience in the other end. But
what about was there a fight in the game?
There wasn't that game. No,
Damn.
no.
I want to see an up close
Still good, though.
NHL hockey fight. Like I see them on TV, but I want to like see it
Yeah,
like close up.
You know what I always thought of, and I don't know. Obviously, there's a huge reasons why they won't. But if they ever had the idea to go like NHL uncensored, so you know how like YouTube Premium has their service or whatever. If you did like NHL Premium uncensored. And so they mic up the players, especially the ones that are characters that are just chirping. You know what I mean?
I think they can't mic up any Hockey Canada people right now and do anything uncensored. Yeah, if anything, it's like extra monitored Hockey Canada.
Yeah. Well, there you go. They all require mics now. No, but I think it would be so.
I don't know why we're laughing. Is that your horrible situation?
I don't even know what's happened. I know they were in the news for all sorts of stuff.
God, yeah, it's not good. A lot of Me Too allegation stuff going against the junior teams from 2018, I think, and then there was one that resurfaced from. Whoa, sorry, burp again. Jeez. Yeah, from like a long time ago. Anyway, and then just loads of misconduct, and then I guess that their whole board resigned all in one go too. And
was this the year they didn't win, or
no? This is recently. Like the whole Hockey Canada board resigned. Like,
so did it result in a championship? Is what I'm getting at here.
I don't know. You tell me. I actually don't even know how.
No, I don't even know what year it is, but obviously, that's yeah. Anyway,
yeah. But I'm sure everything will sort itself out. I mean, fucking. Like what else is new? Like, unfortunately, I mean, like you look at the NFL and all the crazy shit that goes on there, and like in that entire realm. But yeah,
it's. I mean, there's no shortage of bad luck and bad news if you're looking for it. I didn't mean to say bad luck. We'll take that out.
All right.
So, that happened to you. Wrong place at the wrong time. What were you wearing?
Jesus.
Yeah, no, that's not what I was. That's not what I was trying to say.
No. We mean well. We mean well.
I misspoke.
Yeah, his Bronx going down super smooth.
Yeah, good one.
But sorry, man, I interrupted your train of thought with that depressing thing to point out. But
yeah, I don't even know what I was talking about. I was like, oh, people are suffering.
Yeah,
just have this Eeyore factor now, but for other people. Oh, everything bad happens to people.
Oh, fuck. What was that on a Family Guy where Eeyore is like, he's like, Eeyore, like, why are you so sad? He's like, I have a nail in my ass. He's like, oh, like, you know. Wait, Eeyore was the horse, right?
Donkey. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
Okay, yeah, I'm not up to snuff with my Winnie the Pooh. Stuff.
I probably will be soon enough, I'm sure.
Yeah. It's too bad you're not as into like the Disney movies that like Cass and I like. Well, Cass and I like we just love cartoons too, and because
for sure,
because I mean, totally, he's going to use that as like every reason to be like, oh, Gotta go see this movie.
Quality
now.
time.
Yeah.
Quality time with the kid.
Yeah. Oh,
Meanwhile, I'm like, my favorite childhood movie was like Jurassic Park. Boy, did they fucking ruin that series.
oh, you didn't like it?
The newest one?
You don't like any of those? I love those.
Are you talking about the newest one?
With Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not like the newest one with Chris Pratt.
Dude, honestly, did you see the second? If we're gonna start picking that movie apart, like
the one where they go to New York's pretty shit. Yeah, but
I don't know, not the second one from the original trilogy. The second one from the Chris Pratt. Well, they literally have the dinosaurs on a catwalk, like getting auctioned off. Like, I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. I just
didn't do it for me. I don't know.
God,
it was awful. And you know what? Maybe I quit it too early. I don't know.
Like, did you walk out of the theater, or did you not?
No, I didn't even pay for it. I was
okay.
some guy's Plex I was watching it on. Yeah, it was not good,
dude. I still I don't know, man. Like, even a bad movie, like that's quote unquote bad, I still like it if I take something away from it. Like, you know,
what the fuck did you take away from those ones? The dinosaur on a catwalk, like, oh, so true, so true. We've come so far, but now we're back to slavery. Oh, it's just painful. Those dinosaurs have a family.
Oh God, they resort to doing this. No,
yeah.
No, I don't know, like just just the characters, like how they solve problems. You know, like I know it's fiction, but like think about the problems they have to solve, right? It's like I just use my imagination again. I'm like, okay, like things are getting hard. Like I have all these things I got to get done in my life, but like I literally get inspired when I watch something like that, like, or a Marvel movie. I take the idea of the hero,
yeah,
and I'm like, okay, like what Joe Rogan always says, like, be the hero in your own movie, right? Like I amp myself up, and those movies half the time are just like kind of like fuel. Like I watch it to get like, all right, now I want to go like conquer the world and like get a bunch of things done. Like,
nice.
Yeah. And then like the more absurd their situations get, the more I'm like, that's a big obstacle that they overcame, you know?
Man, we think so differently.
Yeah. It's called an imagination.
I mean, I have it. I mean, oh, geez, yeah.
Aren't redheads born without imagination? Isn't that because
soul? Like, you're thinking without a soul.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't have one of those. But,
okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, maybe soul is connected to imagination. That makes sense. Something to live for the afterlife, and then I'm just like, they die in the ground.
So you're basically
decomposed.
So you're saying like redheads are AI?
No, I mean like a meteor version, I guess. I don't know. We're just really good at adapting like people. Because I don't know, what makes a human? Souls?
Yes.
Well then,
I don't know.
Well then, yeah, we're souls.
I don't know, man. I don't know. That whole like the soul idea is trippy. I mean, because when they first cloned that sheep in real life, do you remember that? When we were like, I was like,
Dolly, yes.
Dolly, yeah. So I'm like, wait. So I remember even then as a kid trying to piece it together, my understanding. I was like, this thing has consciousness, So I'm like, so if it has consciousness, is that the soul? Like, is that the thing that makes me know that I am here?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, whatever that. Like, I mean, I equate the soul to that, but then I'm like, but if this thing is talking, thinking, and has a complete, sensibility to itself, then I'm like, but it wasn't born out of a person, so how does it have a soul? So that's when I remember thinking like, maybe there's no such thing as a soul. Like but
would you sell me yours?
Fuck no.
Damn it.
Because I believe I'm deep down, I believe there's a soul.
That was a good Simpsons reference, but
yeah, that was hilarious.
I'll take it. $5.
Do you do superstitious stuff at all?
I used to with sports.
Yeah, like what?
Not really like superstitious, but just more like routines and like repetition. Like I would always put my gear on in the same order.
Okay, so you're a guy who like we have these talks.
Yeah.
Like you don't believe in God and stuff, and like
right.
But then what's the point of that superstition then? Or is it for a luck thing, or is it because you're like why do you have to put it on in that same way every time, or is it just habit?
I think it's just more like the consistency of like it's something that I feel like I can control.
Okay,
like this is something that's in my capabilities that I can control the outcome of it. So I'm going to make sure I can do that, and then it kind of gives me, I guess, motivation to be like, now go control the game.
Okay, so it's just kind of like psyching you up, kind of.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Or actually, on the other side of it, it's more or less like if I don't have to think about the routine or like, you know, the pregame stuff that I'm doing, like how to put on gear and stuff, if I don't have to think about that, then I have more free time to think about, you know, situations and like plays, going over what we talked about in practice. And,
Well, yeah, but I think that's like everything in life. Like we build habits so we don't have to think anymore, so that we can free up our mind to do the next thing. If every day I have to rethink about how to tie my shoelace,
right.
then I get confused. And by the way, I wear loafers, so I don't need
Figured
no
that
shoelaces.
out.
Another Simpsons reference.
Up on further review. Yeah, no, that's I mean, I don't know. I think everybody has like their little quirks in terms of like, I don't know, like even if it's not sport, like you can go over to somebody's house, just do a litmus test on somebody. Go over to somebody's house and load their dishwasher for them, and then just see how they think about it. You know, that's one of those things where people are like, "Why the fuck would you put the bowls there?" Like
Yeah.
and I do it too. I bet like most people do. That's where you're just a fucking wild cannon. Like I could literally just I could open your dishwasher, scoop this shit off the counter into it, close the lid, and you're like, "Thanks for cleaning up." And then you would open the dishwasher and just be like, "Oh, a little messy," but like you wouldn't think anything of it, would you?
Not with the dishwasher, but
See,
I have
Oh,
OCD.
I know,
Like,
but that's what I'm saying.
yeah.
But like, I would say the average person has a system to how the dishwasher gets loaded.
Yeah.
And if that gets like skewed a little bit, like they're going to be like, "Who loaded this? What's wrong with it?" And then they start thinking about like, why would they think that's a good idea? Whereas that's one example where a guy like yourself is OCD, where you do a wallet keys check every 2 seconds, but you're just like, "Oh, weird, I don't remember washing a step stool, but like there it is in the dishwasher. Oh, good, it's dry." Like it would not phase you, and it's weird that the majority of the world would be like affected by it, but that's the one thing where you're like, "Nope, don't care." It's so different how brains think, man. It's wild.
That is true, man. Like it yeah, like man, you got me thinking about. So the other day, like there's this guy, whatever, I'm not gonna name names, but like he had a shot of whiskey at the bar, and he just became a complete piece of well, no, like he literally became no, but everyone shoots Jamesons, and well, all of our friends doing, like, you know, we just kind of get more goofy and stuff and have a better time. But like he became like this different guy all of a sudden. Like,
I know the type.
Yeah, and like, but normally the guy only drinks a certain beer, and then like, but he had that one whiskey, and he was just like, I was like, who the fuck is this guy? So I'm like, yeah, I'm like everything affects everyone's brain differently. Like,
yeah, I don't think that's actually whiskey too. Like one shot isn't going to fucking change it like that. If you drink half a bottle of it, for sure. But I think what that is that guy's looking for a hall pass to be a dickhead.
You think so? Oh, dude, that makes some sense, because
100%. Right. He's like, I'm having a bad day, but he knows me. He wouldn't understand if I was just upset and be a dick. So I'm going to throw in an excuse. One excuse, please. I'll have an ounce of an excuse to be a dickhead.
Okay, but how come he doesn't have that same thing with his beers? Because he can drink like 7 of those and he's fine. Because
he's not actually a dick after he's had a 1 ounce of Jameson's. It doesn't affect him that much. He's just using that as an excuse to be a dick now.
So just psychologically said, when I have Jameson's, I'll just blame it on Jameson's. That, oh, and I'm a dick. Yeah, but then he's pretending and masking it.
He's not pretending. He's being the dick that he wants to be. But that ounce of Jameson's is his excuse to be like, oh, it must be the whiskey. I should lay off the stuff. And it's like, man, if you want to be a dick, just be a dick. Yeah. Don't blame it on whiskey. Whiskey's done nothing to you.
True.
I don't know.
Well, whiskey does also, like, you know, certain boozes do make you act different.
True, but not a 1 ounce.
Not 1 ounce. Well, unless you don't
changes your entire mood. Like, please don't drink. Like, you're giving drinkers a bad name. If 1 ounce is like going to be the difference of like nice guy or like what a complete.
Okay, we'll bring up. Well, how about weed? You know, like weed, like whenever. Yeah, no, but like I remember, like you and I smoked it like that one time, and I smoked it more than one time, but like it completely has a different effect on you 100%. Than other people, because like other people are, you know, like they
good point. I see what you're doing here.
Yeah, like weed literally turns you into you're just like lackadaisical and whatever. Zombie. But then other people, it's like they need it, and then they're just like normal and functioning. I see what you did there. So again, I'm just like, good like it affects the brain differently. Like
true.
So but the guy we were talking about 2 seconds ago, like, I think it's the whiskey. Like, the more I think about it, because he looked at it, I remember, and he was like, because someone bought it for him, and he was like,
Oh, that's a different story.
And then-
Somebody bought it for him.
Yeah. And then he was like, it
Oh,
was
I
just,
thought-
yeah, one of those like, I shouldn't have this. And then 2 seconds later, he was like, "Ugh," and then it was just like, "Ugh," and then
Right.
just ramped up the dick, being a dick or whatever. But he did have quite a bit of beers leading up to that. So maybe he was just drunk and that one took him over and then he became.
I misread this story. Yeah, no, if somebody bought it for him and like I just thought he ordered it out of the blue when he doesn't normally.
Okay.
And then that would change.
No, he always
entirely.
drinks only certain beers and then he doesn't do hard liquor. But then someone was like, hey, like have this. And then he was like, oh, no.
He Bruce battered it. He's like, I shouldn't drink whiskey.
Quite literally, yeah.
You wouldn't like me when I drink whiskey.
Yeah.
And he's right.
Yeah, everyone's like,
Yeah.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you're a dickhead,
Yeah.
pal.
Yeah, but I don't know. He's normal with the beers. He's great with the beers.
Weird.
Like,
Well, I can relate. If I smoke weed, I'm absolute write-off.
Yeah.
Cannot function.
What about mushrooms? Like, what kind of effect did it have for you?
Great on mushrooms. Yeah. Love them.
Yeah. I love them too, but they're not a social.
Disagree.
Really?
You're just doing hero doses.
No. Like yeah, well, those times. But like for me, it's just like a trip. Like I'm on a trip, but I can't really.
You're taking too much.
Again?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm telling you, you're taking too much. You just want to get a little sparkle going.
Okay.
Right. So honestly, whatever you're taking, take like a third of that. Yeah. Whatever the math works out to.
So
But just
5 grams then? No, okay.
Yeah. Just I don't know. You don't have to get absolutely wrecked on them, but just enough to have a sparkle. Just a sparkle.
Yeah, but
I
I was chasing a very specific experience, right? Like
Well,
because of
there
the Terrence McKenna thing. You know, the Terrence McKenna, the godfather of mushrooms. He's the guy who coined it, the hero dose, from what I understand.
All right.
Yeah,
I've never even heard the name, but
you've seen his face. You know the Futurama, the little black, little tiny black alien with the big eye, like
Hubert?
He always eats everything.
Norbert.
Is it Norbert?
Yeah, no, I know the one.
Okay,
Nibbler.
Yeah. So like Terrence McKenna literally looks like Nibbler with 2 eyes. Like he has this huge forehead.
Wow.
And in the 70s, he was like this psychedelic like guru, and his whole thing is like he takes mushrooms. He dude, just Google him. He's famous. You've seen his face. His brother's still alive, and his brother I think made mushrooms legal or contributed to it being legal in Vancouver.
Cool. Yeah. Psilocybin's no joke.
Mm-hmm.
That stuff's awesome, and that's why I say it's getting a bad rep because people are like, "You want to do some mushrooms?" It's like what weed was in like the '60s, where people are like, I heard somebody smoked marijuana and jumped out of a window because they thought they could fly. And they're like, well, that's ridiculous. That was acid. Yeah. And even then, acid gets a bad rep too because, taken in the right amounts, this stuff's great. It's awesome. It's so fun.
Yeah.
And I'm not losing my mind on this stuff. It's literally just like enough to, get a good buzz on.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I guess we're different because I don't always do the hero dose, but the times I've actually, I don't think I've ever microdosed.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, you're not really a guy of portioning.
Okay, yeah, that is true.
Yeah,
that is true.
Just like Nicole touched on the other episode there, where it was like, you're the only guy I know that goes from like, oh no, I work in the morning to 12 shots of tequila mixed with whiskey, please.
Ugh.
Yeah,
that was gross. Yeah, my birthday. Jeez.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess I have no grounds to talk about the mushroom dosage.
No,
Think about it.
You have 100% grounds. I'm just saying I think it gets a bad rep because people get a little too buck wild on it, right?
What do you mean? I notice most people are more like mellow on it and stuff, right?
When I say buck wild, I mean they take too much.
Oh yeah.
Like there's ways to socially just casually do it at the bar where you're not gonna be like, man, that guy's on mushrooms, man.
Well, my problem is that I confuse the word when people say do it in moderation. I'm just like, you mean in frequency? Because instead of doing like a little bit each time, like daily, right. I save it all for one day and go hard, but I don't do it for 6 days. Like, did you do that's what I'm thinking of moderation, as in frequency of use. But then when you do it, go all out.
You're thinking of what am I allowed to take for, let's say, a week's worth of time? Yeah, like this much, and then you're like, perfect. I will do that in one day.
Yeah, like the doctor's like, so 1 drink a day is okay. I'm like, so 7 drinks in one night, you're saying, per week.
Yeah, 1 day to drink is what you hear, and you're just like, gotta get after it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, but that
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, hold on. Let's get deep and cerebral here. Did you
too
get,
little
like,
beer, need another one.
Yeah, did you get like a weekly allowance or something?
What do you mean? When I was a kid?
Yeah.
Yes.
So did you get like, did you just stockpile that and then just like spend it all in one go, or did you like buy something, a little something here, a little something there?
No,
or
I
were you
was
just
pretty.
like,
No, I was pretty bad. Like, so I think I got my allowances on a Sunday. It was like $5. As my mom gave it to me, I was on my bike riding to Max, and I spent it all on sour soup candies
Nice.
because
Yeah.
like within one shot, like, yeah.
So that sounds remarkably similar to your recreational drug use.
What? back in the day.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like, all right, I've got this much. I've got this amount. I know what this amount gets me. Let's get after
I
it.
don't know, what do they call it? Like, just addictive personality. I guess I have that, but it works out in other ways too. Because like like when I'm on a roll with productivity,
Right.
then I'm on a roll with productivity. Like,
Get out.
So
Well,
yeah.
I mean, like, it's not a bad thing that you're willing to really commit to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's working out now. Like, I'm working hard on this business and everything, and I'm in shape, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
But stuff like that, and things are dialed in that way. But I don't know. I think it's just the way I've noticed the way my mind works. But I know some other people's mind work completely different. Like you, for instance, you're very like, you can flow and go just like Cass, right? Like I'm just so structured. Like, I literally think in our brain, if we pull us up like a character from a video game,
Yeah.
literally it's like, okay, so Kyle, like, creativity, like 10 out of 10, like spontaneity, 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's like discipline, 1. You know what I mean? And it's like Shawn, like spontaneity, 4 out of 10. Like discipline, like, no, I'll give myself an 8. You know what I mean? Like that's what I think, because like when I try to act differently, I literally can't. I'm like it's like trying to,
you're breaking your form.
Yeah,
if you try to get out of that, like, programmed style, if you will.
It's like telling a frog to fly when it can't fly.
Weird analogy.
Or whatever,
Weird
like
analogy,
it's like, it's
sure.
just, I'm just not built to fly, man. Like,
yeah,
I'm built to hop or whatever.
I have a structured routine.
Yeah, and I don't know.
What is my purpose? To serve butter. Oh my God. That's where I couldn't do it. Yeah. That just, it's awesome though, because how boring would it be if everybody thought the same and did the same shit? Fuck that. No, thank you.
You mean that's like basically what like certain countries are trying to do to their people right now?
Conform or die.
What did Club Schwab say? Like, you will have nothing and you will be happy. Like, I heard that on Joe Rogan's podcast. Yeah, like Club Schwab or whatever, whatever. He's basically a real life supervillain who's been like controlling the World Economic Forum.
I could only think about, I don't even know where it's from, but it's like when you were talking about how I lack discipline, I just kept hearing, you lack discipline. And I was like, yeah, I get it. Okay, sensei. I get it, sensei. Fuck.
Yeah. Well, the trick to managing you is like, it has to be fun, because when you're doing something that you find fun, then you do it all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like you do it often, right? And then so like we almost have to trick you with like fun discipline.
You have to. Yes. Yeah. I mean, we've had this before, and I've explained it before. Even things like exercise, I know it's good for me, but if I don't like to do it and if it's not fun, I'm not doing it.
Yeah. See, I'm the difference. Like, I just write down what I have to do, and then I do it. Like, whether it's fun or not, I just said, okay, this is what needs to get done. Like, but for instance, with working out, like, it's fun like 2 times out of the week. If I work out 5 days that week, like 2 times is fun, but I swear the other 3, I'm just doing it because I'm like, I said this is going to get done, and in order to build results, you have to do it X amount of times, and then I just do it. And don't get me wrong, like, while I'm doing it, I'm not having fun, but I think about why I'm doing it, and then I think about like as silly as it sounds, I think about the Jurassic Park movie, for instance, and then I'm like, like what would Chris Pratt's character do?
Find a dinosaur. Yeah, but like on that same like switch of the flip of the switch. I mean, Yeah,
Jesus, I'm
unless
burping all over the place on this podcast.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
So like, if I don't want to do it or it's not fun, I just have no motivation to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah.
But like, so we've had that. I've told you the joke before, where it's like exercise. For me is like trying to give a dog a pill, where it's like, here, this is good for you. It'll make you healthier, and I'm just like, fuck off. But if you wrap that pill, which is exercise, in cheese,
Yeah.
that cheese being like a sport or a challenge,
Yeah.
I'm like, let's do this. Give me more of those.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
And so that's where it's like the challenge or the motivation comes from, like, oh, this is fun. Oh, somebody said I couldn't.
Yeah.
So it's like my self motivation is just kind of like, I don't like it.
Right.
But if somebody's like, you should probably do that, like, I bet you can't do that. I'm like, oh, you're on. And that's where my motivation comes. You got to wrap that shit in cheese and I'll eat it.
Yeah. Okay. I get. Yeah. No. And like, I do know that about you. You know, like it's. Yeah. But the same. Like, I mean, it all has its like usefulness. You know what I mean? Like it's like the Avengers. You know, like everyone brings something different to the table. If everyone was like me, we'd be boring. Like because of you, it's half of my traveling adventures because you got me to go when I was like, oh, Kyle, I can't. I already game plan this month of productivity, and then next week you're like, we're taking off on this day. I got your buddy pass. Then I'm like, guess I'm forced to have fun, and I always end up having loads of fun, you know. But like, I wouldn't have done that otherwise. Yeah, you know. So like, it has its place.
100%. That's why I love it. I love like the dynamics of like, you know, somebody's discipline brings people without it, you know, a challenge.
Don't forget to look at the camera from time to time, right?
And stuff that you know that they haven't brought before. And vice versa. And you get so much more experience out of it, right? So, yeah, I love that aspect. That's why it's like, if you hang out with everybody who's not just looks the same, but like has the same ideas, same like hobbies, same personalities, it's like you're not hanging out with other people, man. You're hanging out with more people in the mirror. It's weird.
Yeah. I mean, it's a tricky one because like you take a look at whoa, sorry, I keep burping. Jesus, wrong beer, making me burp.
Oh, it's beer.
Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, you got a country like China, and you know they control everything because their government makes everyone do everything. But I'm like, how many? You know, again, maybe this is a very broad statement, but I'm like, how many cool, innovative?
It sounds like it's lining up to be.
Yeah, but I'm saying, how many cool, innovative sports, film, movies like that like touch the world stage have they done? If you can't create, if you don't have the freedom to create, right? Yeah. So you almost need the full freedom to be able to create, but then at the expense of that, I would say, again, a humble guess, I would say 97% of people ruin it if they have too much freedom because they just don't have the discipline to stick to something to create. So you need almost like a middle, right? But I don't know. Like, that's just my opinion on the thing, you know. Like,
I will say, I was just trying to think of it when you were saying like China lacks, you know, a lot of structure, but they don't have creativity and stuff. And
but they're ahead right now because they're so structured with that. I think their economy is the top right, aren't they?
Are they?
I don't know. What did I Google? I don't even know. Like,
when you really break it down, it's like, I'm pretty sure the U.S. owes like $900 trillion to them, which is basically an IOU. So America just has to be like, sorry, China, a little short this month, can't pay you. And they're going to be like, no, you have to pay us. And we're like, I got a button that hits a nuke here. And they're like, all right, pay us next month. You know, and then it's just a matter of who pushes the nuke first. Money's not real. It doesn't exist. It's all a weird power shift dynamic. I was going to say, on a way lighter note, I don't know any famous Chinese musician.
Oh man, I'm so whitewashed. I can't think of one either. I'm born and raised in Calgary, man. I wasn't
getting it on you.
No, but I don't pay attention to Chinese pop culture anymore. Growing up, I loved Jackie Chan and Jet Li.
That's because you were a child, and he's awesome.
Yeah.
Also, I love him as an adult. The guy's an absolute beauty.
Yeah, man. I love Bruce Lee as well. Like major hero to me. Except Quentin Tarantino hates him, man. Hates him.
Does he actually hit him, or
Oh yeah,
or
he.
the
Oh
depiction
dude,
of him
no.
was?
He was on Rogan's podcast and just bashed him. Like just said like everything he ever wrote was like plagiarized. His ideas aren't his. Like
There it is
he was a
again. Goes back
super
to China.
jerk. Apparently
Ideas weren't his. He was being fed that by the propaganda machine.
There's a lot of what's that word called? Bootlegging. When you make a fake brand of something. Counterfeit bootlegging.
Bootlegging's beer.
Okay,
Or
so
like
yeah, buying
just
miners
alcohol.
beer. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's sorry, I just
Yeah.
redid my pro serve. So like I'm
You just redid it and you
Well,
didn't know what that was.
We have
what
to
is it
apply
when you give kids fake beer?
we have to apply for a liquor license. Right?
Counter-legging?
Yeah. I have a feeling as I rewatch this podcast before I post it, I'm gonna notice like the start we're like
Three beers, yeah.
Yeah, and then like by the fourth beer.
We should have that as like the markers where it's just like, oh, this is where we get into this topic, and then this is where we're 3 beers deep, and good luck trying to keep up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, should we recreate that spear game we grew up playing? Again, I'm just gonna start stacking this here.
Who was your buddy that went to that crazy school?
We can't name his name, but
no, I know, but like that was insane.
This is free advertising for Bronx beer. In fact, look at that.
Yeah, Bronx great. They're my favorite affordable beer.
Yeah, what a ridiculous drinking game when we were like younger. It's like the game was spear, so you only play with cans of beer. Everyone who's playing, what they have to do is drink the full can of beer on top of all their empty cans that they finish, and they get to tape it. Like you need to bring duct tape, so you tape your cans, but the key is you have to hold it from the bottom. And so obviously the more beers you drink, the longer your spear gets.
You can't touch anything except the bottom can.
Exactly. So but the thing too is if you spill, because you're inevitably going to start spilling, everyone who's playing like spear with you, who's involved in the game, gets to punch the guy who just spilled in his drinking arm.
Yeah.
Which promotes more spilling until the winner basically has to be the last one still involved in the game, because usually people bow out from too many arm blows.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, that was a great game growing up. I mean, like I wouldn't play it now, know. But dude, oh man,
another Simpsons quote where it's like it's Family Guy where he's just like, we had way cooler drinking games back then. They just put their hand on the table, hit it with a hammer, and they're like, "Ha, you drink." And I'm like, it's not that far off. Like it was really
stupid.
Not. Did you ever play beer darts?
No.
Okay, so I learned that beer darts are, you just have a can of beer, of uncracked beer in front of you while you're camping. So you're just sitting in your chair, and then everyone just throws a dart.
Yeah.
And if the dart hits your can, you have to like finish it, right? Like chug it, shotgun it, or whatever. I played a similar game growing up, but I didn't realize it until I hung out with different people that you're not like, we used to put it in between our feet. So you'd be sitting and the can, unopened can would be in your feet. And people would throw darts to hit the can, but if you flinched, you had to drink.
What if you throw the dart at someone's shin? Or
you better not flinch. So I remember vividly pulling darts out of like my shin bone and stuff.
Oh god!
I remember watching dudes pull darts out of their shins.
Oh man,
with, like,
dude,
spraying artery shit, and I'm just like, you flinch,
pussy, you maniac! I remember we were at the ship. Remember they had the dartboard there, and then that one time you and again, I don't want to name names unless they allow it, but like our buddy was like this one girl pulls out an apple out of her purse, and then you just put it on your head and came in front of the dartboard, and then the other buddy just like
that's my boy.
Yeah, and then the girl's like, oh yeah, hit the apple, and then he's like, and he literally throws a dart, and then you had your back turned too, and it was a whole foot above your head, so he aimed high, but I was still like, I remember thinking like so many ways that could have went wrong. Like,
of course there was, that's for sure.
Oh god.
But like it all started because some chick put her purse down and an apple fell out of it, and I was like, it's like 1:30 in the morning, who has an apple? Like, you're not going to go get pizza, you're just going to have this, you're just going to gnaw on this apple after you've had beers? Like, get out of here. Who are you trying to fool?
Man, a lot of girls put apples in their purses up, don't they?
I guess, but
how long
has it been in there? There's no way. Like, has she been there since she got off work?
You're right, because did she go home and put an apple in her purse, or was it there since the morning?
Right. So obviously,
like,
so I made that situation that was probably awkward for her to be like, "Oh my god, my apple! Oh, I can't eat this. It's been on the bar floor. This is gross now." So I just made that into like a spectacle where I'm just like, I'll teach you to bring an apple into this bar. So I tried to William tell it. That's my boy. That's my boy Chris. He's a beauty. I trust him. And even if he hits me with the dart, it's like, whatever. I kind of made you do this.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you did ask him to do it.
Yeah, you did tell him to throw the dart at your face. So somebody actually told me to turn around at least. I think that was probably you, some voice of reason.
No,
because I was like,
that's a voice of turn around. Like you'll feel less anxious because you don't see the dart coming.
Don't get it in your actual eye. Yeah.
Take it to the back of the skull, but don't get in your eye.
Yeah, that's where you're so drunk, or I'm so drunk where I'm just like, wow. I mean, this way I'll see it coming. If it's really bad, I'll get out of the way. It's like I think it's too late by then. Like, what do you think? You can just dodge darts like you're dodging bullets, like. Yeah, logic doesn't play.
You're like, I'm Daredevil. I can use my other senses.
No. Again, logic didn't show up to the bar that night either.
Logic often stops showing up after like the fourth drink.
That's not really a part of my written out plans pretty much ever.
But that's the fun part about doing that, because that, like, you know, like the drinking always creates this unpredictable element to the night where you're like, oh, like how are things gonna pan out? Like that's kind of part of the rush, right? It's like you don't know how, you know, like it's just like, whoops, let's see where everything goes, you know. You know, like, so I mean, sometimes it's absolute disaster, but
not sure. Even still, you probably learned something from it.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about like real disasters, you know, like you know, like drinking and driving and then someone gets killed. You know, like,
no, don't do that.
No. Yeah, this went dark. But I'm just saying, like, but you know, swinging it back here, I mean, yeah, it's just fun. You know what I mean? Like people,
all that dark shit aside, it's just fun though. Don't think about the bad shit.
Well, it's just always funny to see people who are reserved, and then you're like, okay, and then they have a couple of drinks and they start saying what they really think, and you're like, see, I knew there's like a well of personality behind there.
Oh yeah,
you know?
That's
like,
why I got you drunk the first time. That was great.
Yeah, 17. I mean 18. Yes.
That's right, Alan.
Oh, God. Ridiculous.
And nobody cares.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
No. These stories are allegedly. Anyway. Yeah. So, no, that
really cares.
Yeah, that sweet older brother fake ID.
Shout out to older brothers. They were pretty cool about it because they weren't pretty cool. At their age. They're like, oh, I guess I am legal age. Well, I'm not going to drink. Well, maybe my younger brother will.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because, you know, like your brother and my brother were like, let's face it, they were nerds.
They were nerds.
Yeah. And then
they were nerds.
I'm like, you're not taking advantage of this? Like, you're playing StarCraft again on your Friday night? Like, give that to me.
I'll use that. Give me this power.
Yeah. Well, I just thought that was the coolest thing, you know, for Alan to do, because he's just like, yeah, go ahead. I was like, really? You don't need this to go driving? He's like, you're going to bring it back, right? I'm like, yes.
Maybe. We'll see how this night goes.
Mom, I'm off to the library.
Yeah.
Oh, good boy. Shawn, the good boy, studying some more.
Oh, I hope he gets smarter.
Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, fuck. Yeah, my mom's she's such a classic mom. She always has an apron on. It's like, oh, okay, have fun in the library.
Yeah. There'll be cookies when you get back.
A couple of times. She's like, wait. She's like, wait, you're not going drinking, are you? I'm like, no. It's like, you're pretty dressed up to go to the library. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, hey, Mom, I'm late for my study session.
Gotta go.
I was like, oh, okay. Here's some cookies.
Don't want to keep you up.
Oh, ridiculous.
Yeah, she is the sweetest lady.
Oh yeah. And the older she gets, she's morphing into this like Chinese doll, like just kind of like round, poofy cheeks, and just like, I don't know, like she looks like you could buy her from a Pottery Barn store, and like
she's a decorative piece.
Yeah, like just she's always seems like she's in.
All of a sudden, my home feels so much homier.
But every time you turn around, it just looks like she has like a spatula in one hand, and like she's always just cooking and cleaning and like momming it, like grandmaing it now. But.
Yeah, that's right. Grandmaing it like a bunch of times over now. Holy.
Oh, geez, yeah. Fuck yeah. Too many grandkids for her. A lot of grandkids for her.
It's awesome.
Yeah. So what's on a docket for you coming up here? Just more house selling?
Yeah, I mean,
slinging
slinging houses, helping people find homes, and we might try to get out for a little. What do they call it? A baby moon. It's like a honeymoon, but it's like before the kid comes. So
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't
like
know
a-
there's such a thing.
yeah, me neither.
But what can you do? I mean, well, you can't drink.
Well, she
Well, she
can't.
can't drink.
Careful now. Like, yeah, that's the first thing I said. She's like, I don't know if all inclusive's worth it. I was like, I do. I do. I do. Do you want to save money this trip? Yeah. Then we're going all inclusive. So
where are you guys going?
we just might go to Mexico.
Oh, sweet.
Just
Where?
go for who knows? Spin the wheel, right?
Okay,
Like
okay.
anywhere that's not snowy
Where?
and that's all inclusive. Do you want to come?
I don't know. I'm starting to lean towards it.
Yes,
Oh,
do it. Do
oh.
it. I'm going like we might go like November or whatever. Oh my
It's
God,
like November in 2 days or whatever. 1 week.
I don't know.
I don't know if I can pull
Either way,
November, but
Let's
I mean,
do it. What if we do? What if I said 3 days?
3 days.
3 days, and Jackie doesn't come.
No. Jackie
Bachelor,
needs
bachelor
to.
party.
What? Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Jackie will come, and she'll actually.
Wait, hold on. You're thinking about a 3-day trip to Mexico? They do those?
What do you mean they do those?
I mean, like the resorts. I
Yeah.
thought it was always a week.
No,
Because every time we've
I
gone,
probably
it's only-
just told you that.
Okay.
Yeah. Where I was like, no, Shawn, we have to go for a week. That's just me being. I
How
want to go for a
far?
week.
Wait, how far was the flight? Was PVR? I mean, like what PVR. Puerto Vallarta.
PVR.
It was a
you
straight
had
5-hour flight from Vancouver, right?
I think
did we-
it's
was it
less than
direct?
that, actually,
Was
it
it
was
direct?
direct from Calgary.
Yeah, it was only 5-hour flight.
Yeah.
You're right. If you fly 5 hours
Yeah.
and then 3 days, 5.
Yeah.
That's kind of quick skip and hop. And
That's it.
okay.
That's it.
All right. I never done a 3-day one.
Sounds like we're doing it then.
Okay. I'll look into it. I'll look into it.
Perfect. Sweet.
But hold on. I'm looking into it because there's a lot going on with the bar right now.
Yeah, we'll edit that.
yeah.
I'll let her. Man, looking forward to it.
All right.
I
Cool.
paused for editing there. Yeah. Nice. Looking forward to it. Can't wait to give you guys the recap of how the 3-day trip in Mexico goes.
We'll see if it goes down. Yeah.
We'll edit it.
All right, Kyle. Hey, thanks for jumping on, saving the day.
Absolutely.
I threw the bat signal up, and I hope people enjoyed this little banter we did here. I mean, yeah, the podcast is just capturing conversation after all, and
Yeah.
hopefully we entertained you with some lighthearted talking, I guess.
Banter.
Mhm.
Banter.
Yeah, I'll have all Kyle's information on the show notes again. He's a realtor again with BRIX Real Estate.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna be. Yes, BRIX Real Estate, but yeah, definitely go check out the Instagram for the 1,000-pound club failure.
Yeah,
It's not even a challenge.
If you want to watch Kyle get back into shape here,
I'm
or
any-
a little video and.
If I'm anything, I'm a guy who does not take himself seriously. So feel free to leave comments and make fun of me because I know I will.
Comment on his form when he was squatting.
Oh yeah, or the fact that it's in a Smith machine like a little bitch,
Oh, God.
or that it's only like 2 plates,
that-
like a little bitch.
Jeez. I just remember Family Guy where Peter was trying to lift that car and then he was like, okay, so what you do is like make sure your hips are unaligned or whatever.
Yeah, twisty jerking.
Twist with all lower back, no legs.
motion.
And it's like, and be sure to look at your toes while you're doing this. So it's like
Yeah,
just like opposite of all the instructions. And he's like, and he like paralyzed himself.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm actually
Oh.
impressed I didn't injure myself, so that's good. I'll call that a win.
I don't know. Your form was pretty good for just not the
Some of it.
squat, not the
That's
squat.
fine.
But again, I don't know. Like Smith machine's a tricky one because it's like you're stuck in the rack, right?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is like it hurts my neck. We've been over this. Like last time
Yeah.
we squatted. Like I think I'll probably actually do front squats instead of fucking. What was that called? A regular
That'd
squat?
be insane. Hold on, we're going back to the 1,000-pound club. If you could, a person's front squat is significantly weaker than their regular
Fuck.
squat. So yeah, but I don't know. But again, you're kind of a weird like anomaly with certain things
Maybe I'll
that make
figure
no
it out.
sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
either way, tune in next time. Maybe I'll be an actual member of the 1,000-pound club.
Yeah, no, dude, you definitely could. You just got to do that discipline thing we said you don't have.
the thing that I suck at. The thing I said I won't do unless it's wrapped in cheese. Fuck.
Dude, it's like your next progress of your workout is like 4 months later. Like, so I'm going for my second workout now to work on the 1,000. I'm like,
Yeah,
dude,
exactly.
I'm like,
It's been 4 years. It's been 4 years.
like
Is it still a thing?
only 4 months off, bro. Instead of no days off. It's like 4 months off in between, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Haven't been in 4 months. Sticking to the plan.
All right. Okay. Bye, everyone. Everyone have a good night. What day? All right.
And